Hi students, welcome to the code tab management. So we have already discussed about the default methods in interface and static methods in interface and also the functional interfaces in the previous lectures. So if you have not visited yet, just go to the Java 8 features playlist and you can see all the lectures there. So now we are going to start with the method reference in Java 8, which is one of the wonderful feature introduced in Java 8. And apart from taking advantage of functional programming, one of the biggest advantage in using a lambda expression is to minimize the lines of code. Okay, so similarly, the method interface Java 8 also minimizes the lines of code, which basically helps the programmers or developers to do the coding. So I'm just want to share some important things here, like how you can write the things in the method reference and in the lambda expressions. Okay, so for string, the first thing like I'm doing, like here the method reference. Okay, and here I will write about the lambda expression. Okay, so for the method reference, when you will do like string, then double colon, then to string, this is the same meaning here as the is dot to string, right? Next, like for the string, double colon, then to lowercase. So here you also write in the same way, like s, then s dot to lowercase, right? Here also string, then the length of the string for length in this way. And here, so here basically you are not using the parenthesis for that, like the first braces. You are not going to use there in the method references, right? So here is dot length. This is done. Another thing like integer, then suppose compared to, and here like I1 one integer, I2 another integer. So I1 dot compared to I2. Okay. Next is suppose for the string comparison, string compared to, and here as well the same thing, like s1 comma s2 means these two strings, then s1 dot compare to s2. In this way you basically write down the things. So let's go to the topics. So first of all, what is the method reference? So basically, as we have seen in the lambda expressions, that we use the lambda expressions to implement the functional interfaces with minimum lines of code, and even to get the better code readability. So similarly here also we can use the method reference in the Java 8 to implement the functional interfaces with even more lesser code. Here you have seen, like here we are not going to use any braces as well for the methods, right? So it will be lesser code than the lambda expressions also, and this time we get the benefit of code reusability as well, because we don't provide an implementation for the functional interface. So instead we provide the reference to already existing method with similar arguments type only, to simplify the implementation of the functional interface using a double colon. Okay. And what is this double colon? Here double colon is the operator basically. Okay. So this process of providing the reference to pre-existing method is called the method reference. Okay. I'm again repeating, the process of providing the reference to the pre-existing method is called the method reference, right? I'm writing the things again. The process of providing the reference to pre-existing method is called the method reference. The process of providing the reference to pre-existing method. Okay, providing the reference to the pre-existing method. This is called the method reference, right? So I think it's clear to you that while applying the method reference, our focus is always on the pre-existing methods, which are well suited to the implementation of the functional interface, right? So in fact, the pre-existing methods should have same arguments in number and type, and there are no restrictions on their return types as much. So I'm going to give you one example. Interface A is there, and here the void get name is a method. Okay, so here I'm passing string name. Now one class will be there, like public class T, and here the okay, static void get info. This is the another method where there will be like string info I'm passing, and inside that, so I'm printing something. Suppose info is there, like this info. What info I will get? This info I'll just print here. Okay. So next I'm adding the main method, public static void main and string args. Okay. And inside that, I will do one thing, like I will provide the implementation of the get name, okay, using the lambda expression. And also I will refer to the pre-existing get info of class test, means T for test. So as the arguments are same as the get name, okay, I will implement both the things according to the lambda expression and according to the method reference as well. So to that string is put println dot get name, and here hmm, so I'm doing here like single abstract method is executing. So basically single abstract method means here it is the interface and the method is like get name. So this is the abstract method it will be executing. And another also I'll make another object as well. So T get info. This is I am using the pre-existing get info method, right? And a1 dot get name. So here, okay, yeah. So basically here the output will be this single abstract method is executing, and here also get info of class T is also executing. So here in this above code snippet, like interface A is the functional interface, and the single abstract method is the get name, where the parameter is the string name of interface A, has the same argument in number and type as the pre-existing method, uh, the get info. Okay, so there also the string info is parameter. So therefore we can refer the get info as an implementation of functional interface A without any problem. So hence the syntax for method reference will be the class name, which is T, then double colon, then method name, which is the get info. So one thing we need to memorize, like this two means that abstract methods type and this the implementing class like any class. So for that class inside that method like get info is there. So these two should be the same type. Okay, like the same number of argument and same type. Like so for that case we can use the method reference, like here I have used the get info, right? So I think it's clear to you. If you have any questions you can ask me again. So here the syntax I have discussed as well, like for the toString or something, like here method is being used and here we need not to use that. Okay, so the next question is syntax to write the method references. So there are some different cases like static method references, instance method references, or the non-static method references. Then constructor method references means constructor is the method, so constructor references. So I'll write down. Mm, so for first of all, static method. Okay. So for the static method, the lambda expression you can use like args. Okay. So this is the args arguments, and then the So basically here one arguments is there and class name dot any static method, and here I will pass the arguments, right? So this is the basic implementation for the lambda expression. This is case for the lambda, and for the method reference, here like this class name, then double colon, and then static method name. So this is the simple way, right? So this is the static method I have done. Next one is for the instance method. Okay. So here for the lambda, so for the lambda, like we can do arguments are there. Then here object name, and then the instance method name will be there. Okay. Okay. So here instance method name will be there, and then here we will pass the args again. But for the method reference, we will do the object name, then double colon, and then instance method name. Okay. Yeah. So now the time for the constructor. So the lambda expressions will be like args is there, then new class name, and inside that again args. But for the method reference, what we will do, like the class name, then just new. So how simple this one? So the method references is of an arbitrary object of a given type, and method references from a superclass method. So for now only the static methods, instance methods, and constructor methods I have discussed about the syntaxes. So the next is examples of each type of method references. Okay. So the first is for the static. Okay. So method reference for static method of a class. So for this, I will explain one example as well. Suppose you need to check that the digit is So means the number is single digit or not. Okay. So for that example, I will do that one. So one interface is there, and here just public boolean, and I will do one method here, check it is single digit or not, right? So check single digit in text, and then class digit. So here I will use the static keyword public static boolean check, check the single digit. So what it will do? So it will return the true or false according to the result. So you know, right? Between the -10 and +10, all the digits will be the single digit, right? Means -9, -8, -7 in this way up to 0, and then again increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those are the single digits. So it will just check that it will be greater than -10 and x is less than 10. Okay. So if it will do, so then I will uh, do the main method. So public class test static method reference. So first of all, public static void main string args. Okay. Inside that, so we can do this using the lambda expressions as well as the um, method reference. But for that, we need to do one thing. Here, single check single digit is there. So here, I'm doing another name is single digit or not. So here, this type means this return type and number of arguments are similar, right? So here we can use the method references. I'm directly using the method references, not using the lambda expressions here. So A1, so it, and here I'm passing like 7. Okay, and it will give the true result. And here, if you want to apply the lambda expressions, then again you need to do there like return x is greater than -10 or not, x is less than 10 or not. Okay, so here we just need to declare one predefined method, and then we can use that predefined method. And this is the case for the method reference. So next one is, this is method reference for the static methods. Then I will do for the instance or non-static. Okay, cool. So suppose interface B is there, and suppose need to add two numbers. One is X, another is Y. Next, addition class is there, and there I will define the sum method. We need to add the same type of parameters, same number of parameters. So this is the addition method, and I will just do the test. So the main method will be there. And here also this interface B will make the object B1. Next is I will do the class name, which is the addition. And in the same way, here the sum method is there. So then method name. Okay. And after that, what we'll do, I'm just checking that one as well. So object name is there, then instance method name is there. Hmm. Right. So I need to make the object, right? Yeah. So addition is to the new additions. And it is not static, so we need to create the object, right? So that object we need to use here. Okay. Then sum, then p1 dot add, suppose 7 comma 8, and it will give you the additions. Okay, so it is also done. So basically for the statics we have used the class name, then the static method name, and here the object name, then the instance method name, and last the constructor. Okay, so for the constructor, okay, so again interface, I'm taking C here, public. Okay, so public employee, get employee, and so basically single abstract methods return type is in any object. So we'll go with the constructor reference interface. D is here and public employee. So for that get employee, I'm passing the parameters. So they're parameterized constructor and default constructor is also there. So here string. So I'm here passing the parameterized constructor. So this is the int age. Okay. And I'm making the class as well. Class employee. Okay. And here you also string, suppose employee name, and string employee age. Then public so this is the parameterized constructor, right? Yeah. And another is the non-parameterized. Default constructor here. Okay. And here for the parameterized constructor, we will take the reference like this dot ename equals to or ename, and this dot age equals to age. Okay. Now one info method I am also getting created. So public void get info, and here I'm price passing something. So method of class employee. Next, I will just test that one. So public class test constructor reference. And here I will do the method, means the main method, public static void main string args. So C, then C1 object, then the class name, then new, right? You can also see here class name, then new. So class name is employee, then double colon new, and we'll get the info for that employee as well. So C1 dot get info. So from where we will get this get info? This is means this we will get from the get employee, right? So here the get employee is there. So from that, the get info we will get, and dt1 employee new, and get age suppose 23. Okay. So what we have done here, so we have basically two functional interfaces here. One is C, one is D, and interface C has the abstract methods with the no arguments, and interface D has the abstract method with the arguments. So we will have the same constructor reference code in both these cases. So we also have one parameterized constructor and another one was non-parameterized or default constructor. So for each case, you will get the proper output for that. So now next is like example of reference to an instance method of an arbitrary object of a particular type. So this type of instance methods refers to the non-static method that are non-bound to a receiver object. So in this case, we don't need to create an object of particular type. Okay. So for that, I will do like public class test arbitrary object method reference. Arbitrary object method reference. Now I will test. Okay. So then directly we need not to create any receiver object. So just this main method, and here passing some means array list, integer array list. Okay. Integer numbers. So arrays dot as list, and here suppose you can write any list of numbers. Okay. Suppose 6, 7, 19. So what was the question? Example of reference to an instance method of an arbitrary object of a particular type. Okay. So you can do it using the anonymous inner class. Okay. Using anonymous inner class. So also I can use that using the lambda expressions and also through the method reference. So now for the I will use first of all the anonymous inner class, right? So just collections dot sort the numbers with new comparator. Okay. So basically I am using the tab 9 here, U menu. So it will also help you for your productivity. So here I'll do like public compare. The return type will be int only, right? So some integers is there. So I'm taking it as I, and this is I2. And here I will just compare the I1 with the I2. Okay. So through the using anonymous inner class, so here directly we can do like numbers dot for each, then stem dot out println. Okay. So for that, I am also doing the another thing through the lambda expressions. For the above examples, I have not shown you, but here I am showing here using lambda. Okay. So for lambda, what I will do? So here also, sorting has been done. So in the same way, I will do, but this new comparator or something, this will not require. Clear? So basically, use the collections dot sort method, and inside that, the numbers from the numbers, I will do one thing. So type I can remove directly. I can do the comparison. So from the numbers, I will take this I1, I2, and from with the lambda expressions, I will just compare that one. So I1 dot compare to then I2. Okay. So this is done. And now just I will do the same way. So numbers dot for each and system out of println. And now at the last, I am using method reference. So here it will be more shorter than the lambda expressions as well. So number collections dot sort, and inside that numbers list is there, right? So then what is there? Integer. Okay. Directly the wrapper class here integer, and to the compare to, and here the same way numbers dot for each system dot out of println. Yeah. So these are the approaches using the anonymous inner class, then using the lambda, and using the method reference. I think it's clear to you. If you have any questions, these code snippets I will add under the descriptions for your help. So the next question is like difference between reference to an instance method of a particular object and an arbitrary object of a given type. So there will be some syntaxes like for the reference to an instance method of a particular object. So there you can use that some string. So then you can use that string to string. And for the method references, you can use the is then double colon, then to string. So basically you can refer this thing. Okay. And also these examples for getting the idea. And also you can search the uh, other resources as well, as already I have discussed this thing. Okay. So next is reference to superclass and child class method using super and this keyword. Okay. So for that, I can write down one example. So how you will do that one? So suppose one interface is there and one method is there. Suppose say hello. Okay. This method is there. So I'm now defining the superclass. So class superclass. This is there. And there will be one method for that, like public void. So this is super hello. So site inside superclass. And one child class is there, which is extending the superclass. And it has the method which is child hello. Okay. And I'm printing here inside the child class. So now our last work is to test that one from that child class. So this will test. This is one method. It will test that one. So um, for the superclass, we'll do like A is the interface, then one object is being created, and then I will do like using the super keyword. So super, then this method name, and then it will do like say hello. Okay. So this is the method reference using the superclass from the superclass method. And from the current class method, it will do like mm, a a2. This will be through the this keyword. Okay. So this is the class name, means this method name. So child hello means the predefined method, and for this also a two dot say hello. Okay. So after that you can write the main method as well. So main class public class main, so public static void main string args. So here for the child class C, new child class, then C dot this T hello. So this is the process through which you can just reference to the superclass and the child class method using the super and this keyword. Next, I will discuss some frequently asked questions. So what is the method reference in Java? I have already discussed. Then what is the benefit of using method reference? So biggest advantages of using method reference is that it makes the code simpler, shorter, and more readable. That's all. Then what is the difference between the lambda expression and method reference? So basically using the lambda expression, so we provide the implementation of the functional interface, and in method reference, instead of providing an implementation of the functional interfaces method, we provide a reference to the pre-existing method. Here we will provide the reference to the pre-existing method using the double colon. But for the lambda expressions, we provide the implementation of the functional interface. Okay. Then what are the three ways of implementing the method references? So that also I have discussed with the example, like reference to a static method of a class, reference to a instance or non-static method of a class, then the constructor reference. I will give this codes means for this method reference for static method of a class, method reference for instance of non-static method of a class, and method reference for a constructor. This I will provide in the uh, description section. No issue. Next, why do we need method reference in Java? So again, I'm telling like for simpler, shorter, and more readable the code, and just referencing the pre-existing methods rather than providing the custom implementation, we can use this. So it is important. So when should we use a method reference instead of a lambda expression? So we should use the method reference when we are calling an existing method without any additional logic or calculation in the lambda expression. So if we need to perform some extra logic, a lambda expression is more suitable. But if the existing method is already there, then we need not to create any implementation for that. We can use that pre-existing method easily. Are method references faster? So method reference and lambda expressions has approximately similar performance. So when we use the lambda with the Java streams, it provides better performance than the method reference. So I will suggest you that learn the method reference properly, but for most of the cases, you will use in the project the lambda expressions only. Method reference is also helpful, but in most of the cases, you will use the lambda expressions. So lambda expressions need to know properly than the method references. So that's all for the method reference. If you have any other questions, then you can comment in the comment section as well. I will happy to answer that. Thank you.